Hello, my veganpreneurs. And in this video, I wanted to get a little more personal with you guys and share a bit about my background and my story and how I got into the vegan money business. I'm a single mom and I have two beautiful sons. I have what am I saying? I have a 12-year-old and a 10-year-old. And 4.5 years ago, I was actually working as a vegan health coach, primarily for moms who had children with autism because my older son has the autism. And we went plant-based. We went on a vegan diet a long time ago. I don't know. He must have been he probably was like 4 years old. So like 8 years ago. Because I did so much research and I found out that, an all plant-based diet was the best for treating and preventing illness. And I wanted to help him. So the whole family went vegan. And that really launched me into my career to be a vegan health coach. And I went back to school. I went to the Institute for Integrative Nutrition. I got certified as a holistic health and wellness coach. And so inspired by all my learnings and my own health transformation, I also got my certification as a personal trainer, and I decided I wanted to contribute to the autism community. So I put out a whole body, mind, spirit coaching program. And I was helping moms with kids with autism on better health, better nutrition, better self-care. And just there was like a life coaching component to it. And I loved it. It was just a labor of love. It was just like, I felt like really aligned and in my purpose. However, my challenge was that I was broke and I was living paycheck to paycheck. I could barely support myself. So as I was doing this coaching, which was like very aligned spiritual work, I had to supplement my income by doing waitressing. So I waitressed at a vegan restaurant in Venice, in Los Angeles by Venice Beach, and pretty famous one, very fancy one. And I was also doing some other odds and ends, like side hustle gigs, and still just like barely getting by. And this was my first time out on my own as a single mom because I had been recently divorced. So I was living in my very first apartment on my own, which would happen to be in the hood, and not a safe neighborhood, not where I'd want to raise children, but it was all that I could afford. And really what happened was within a 2-week period, the restaurant that I worked at let me go. And then one of my other side hustles, the store shut down, which was like 2/3 of my already very low income. And I went into a panic state. I was freaked out. I was like, what am I going to do? How am I going to pay the bills? How am I going to support myself? I can't do it on my coaching alone. And so I was just doing a lot of, inner work, setting intentions on attracting abundance, because I'd be sitting with clients and my coaching clients, and I would be teaching them these spiritual principles that I myself was studying on money and the law of attraction, and abundance is our birthright and we're designed to thrive. But I myself was, not living it, and I felt sort of like a hypocrite when it came to money. I could coach them on health, but not about money. So I was doing a lot of like heavy intention setting work and prayer, and just like, please God, universe, like help me attract abundance. I know it's out there. I know there's an infinite supply. I really, really, really believed it. And literally, you guys, within days, I attracted my mentor who, was multimillionaire, making more than $1 million a year in the business that I'm in now. And I was introduced to him by a mom actually in my younger son's preschool who said, I can't promise you anything, but I might have an opportunity for you to do finance in Beverly Hills. And I was like, finance? Oh, that sounds so boring, because I'm like you, I'm vegan, I'm kind of holistic, a little on the crunchy side. Finance in Beverly Hills just did not sound like my cup of tea, but sounded lucrative. And I was just in that ripe spot of dissatisfaction where I was like kind of ready to just do anything. I was desperate. So I said, what the heck? And I went in this office and I met this mentor, and he's just standing there teaching this team of agents, and I didn't know what he was talking about. It was like Chinese to me, but I knew that he knew what he was talking about. I could just tell by the way he walked, by the way he talked, by the clothes that he wore. I was like, this dude has a very high level of personal self-mastery. And if I can just be around this man, if I have the opportunity to, soak in his knowledge, I know that it will lead me in the right direction. So I just like intuitively jumped in head first. I had no idea what this business was about. I had no idea what I was doing. And within about 3 months, and 3 to 4 months, it all started to click. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm sitting on a pot of gold, wondering where the gold is at. And nothing else is really a good use of my time, because my earning power was so much greater working in this business. Because mind you, this is in the financial industry, which is a $63 trillion industry. It's one of the most lucrative businesses in the world. So I just was like, what else could I do? Nothing else was even worth my time. And even my coaching, which was a labor of love, and truly I was passionate about it. I was like, what kind of impact can I make for people in 1 hour of coaching, where then they go back to their life and I go back to my life? And versus if I could build this multi-million-dollar empire, I could have all the money, all the resources in the world to make huge lasting contribution for the autism community, which is, my community that I'm passionate about serving, and through a vegan message and helping wake up the planet and going plant-based, and understanding that, everything is energy and it's all karma, and what we put out is what we get back, and we have to be conscious about how we treat our planet. And I can do all of that for free through philanthropy and investing in, in other people once I'm at that level. So I kind of took a deep dive in. I closed my coaching practice. I came full-time into the money business, where I've been working now for 4.5 years. And I never look back. I love it. It's been so fulfilling. I'm able to help people achieve financial independence, and most fulfilling, I'm able to coach and mentor other vegans who are interested in learning how to become financially free, create the income for their families and for themselves to live their dream life. Which is what I feel we're all here to do, is to fulfill our God-sized dreams. So I hope that gives you a little insight in how I went from vegan health coach to vegan entrepreneur, veganpreneur. And if you guys are interested in hearing a little bit more about my story, I will be releasing a webinar in the next few weeks. I'm working on making the commitment to do it. It's a scary goal, but I've learned from business that we have to do the things that scare us, because that's where the growth is at, and expanding our comfort zone. So I hope you guys will all chime in when I release the details for the webinar. In the meantime, you can download my free ebook at leahvitalibook.com, or feel free to follow me on Instagram at leahvitali. And thanks for tuning in. Have a wonderful rest of your day.